Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 23rd season of UGC League Highlander. We've been at it for a very long time, and this time we have a game in front of you. It's going to be Feila eSports versus Gimme opponent. Both teams have proven themselves to be very worthy of those spots in the playoffs, as right now we're going to be watching the semifinals between these two giants of the European UGC League. My name is Jake. Today with me is Chando. On the camera is Wiethoofd. Chando, what kind of game are we going to be watching today?
It's going to be a really good one, I think. You got two, in my opinion, two of some of the best teams this season going head-to-head in the semi-finals, and everything to play for here. The winners will go to the finals, but then I believe there will be another finals. I think it's there is a upper bracket and lower bracket system, so the loser, it will not be game over for them. They'll still have an opportunity, but for the winner, they will advance to the finals in preparation for the grand finals. So plenty to play for with two very well-established teams. It's going to be a really good game, I think.
Definitely. I mean, both teams have proven themselves to be very worthy, like I said before, of the slots that they've gotten. They had a little bit of like an ups and downs in the season. Definitely Gimme opponent having dropped, I do believe, a few games. Feila eSports having pretty much spotless record so far. I mean, Joe and UFC is doing an amazing job at keeping the team together with Layla in tow. They're just doing so much work together. I mean, Joe is such an amazing demo, but on the other side, you have a Sting and Steam who have been playing for a long time as well. Even before this 23rd season of UGC, they've been playing for TF2 HUD. They have amazing players like Garden Fungus. They have Bees. They have Thazo even on the backup. So they do have something to show for themselves. And the maps we're going to be playing today are three maps both teams have chosen. First map is going to be the one that you're looking at right now. It's Peel Upward. Once it's done, we're going to be moving to a product, the Koth product map. And as a decider, if it comes to that, it's going to be PL Borneo, one of the longest payload maps in this current UGC season.
Yeah, interesting pick, Borneo. Not a map that you tend to play that much, so interesting that both teams were happy playing it. But I mean, I think I saw Feila, I think it was in the first week or maybe the second week, but very early on in the season, absolutely decimating on Borneo. So I'm sure they may have practiced for that, and interesting to see if they can recreate their successes in the group stages. So yeah, I mean, any sort of predictions, Jake? How do you think this game's going to play out?
That's actually, I've been thinking about it a little bit before. I've been looking at the stats. I've been looking at the match history as well of both teams, both Feila and Gimme opponent. We've been doing pretty damn good. As for Feila eSports, they have not really dropped a single point. I do believe it came close a couple of times against Kitty, the Finnish team, who's also playing today. And there was one also very close against AOT Art of Throwing. They have won against Gimme opponent on a map that was called, I do believe, I'm just gonna see it in a second. Looking it up. They've lost a few games. They lost against Art of Throwing, and they've lost against actually Feila eSports 5-0 on PL Borneo, which is the decider for today's game. So they definitely have something to look forward to. They've dropped 2 games in the entire season, which kind of sucks, but they have managed to reach this high playoff spot, and they're playing the semifinals. They'll be probably looking at going into finals straight away, but today's loser of today's game is going to be playing on Thursday in the losers bracket, and they will still, I do believe, be fighting for 3rd place, I think. So they're not out of the competition just yet.
Absolutely not. And looking at Feila's history this season, they've had absolutely flawless season so far, 10-0. So I'm sure they're feeling very accomplished, feeling very confident about their about going into this playoff spot, because they didn't have much of a problem against Gimme opponent in the first or second week. So I think they've got it pretty much on lock. If I had to make a prediction here, I would more or less put it in favour of Jones' team. He's got such a good track history as a player and as a team leader. Very good at keeping his team motivated, keeping his team scrimming regularly. Very active in the Highlander community, which is ultimately a good thing. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to side with Feila on this one.
We're just slowly waiting for both teams to ready up. We already have 17 players in the server. We're still waiting for one more. I do believe it's for the red team. Red team is going to be team of Stingen. It's going to be Gimme opponent. For the blue side, it looks like it's going to be mostly Feila eSports. So they've opted to attack first, set up the time, and it comes to a psychological war. I always try to kind of show people who are watching this game, who are not very knowledgeable at the game, that there is a lot about psychology in Team Fortress 2. If you manage to get in the enemy's head very easily, very early on, you can possibly even win the second map without putting too much work in it. If you manage to set up a very quick time on peel upward, on attack, and have the other team try to bash their heads against your score, it's going to be very difficult and very stressful for the first defenders, which in this case is going to be Gimme opponent, to kind of hold together when it comes to the second map. If Gimme opponent manages to hold for a long time against Feila eSports, they will be able to even do the exact opposite. Just go into the heads of Feila eSports, kind of try to seed the seed of doubt, the seed of doubt. It's very, very dangerous in terms of esports, and especially in a game where there's 9 people fighting 9 people. One player who is on kind of like a low side, commonly known as tilt, can probably affect very negatively the team that he's playing for.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, I think that for something like Joe and stuff, I mean, they can be, they are. I mean, they're sort of prone to tilt, I guess, at times. But it's better. I guess it's better for them to have 9 players and 1 tilt than only say for 6 and have one of them tilt. It's not going to make as much of a difference, but you definitely want to keep that cohesion smooth. You want to keep confident and calm throughout the game. I mean, as it is a best of 1, if I'm not mistaken, on these maps. You got to, I mean, I don't know. Do you think that there's maybe like a bias for who defends and who attacks first in that case?
Hard to say, really. I do know that Joe likes to be a very aggressive demo, and maybe that much of a demo mindset seeps into the general strategy of the team, just going in straightforward, head first into this map, which why they decided to attack. But we might actually be fooled as well. I mean, both teams are just currently in the pregame, kind of DMing all together, waiting for the last player to connect for Gimme opponent. So it might be very well the opposite. It's very difficult to gauge which side you would like to play on. If they manage to find a really good strategy for offense, just kind of be inventive, be creative about it, and throw Gimme opponent off their balance, it could be very crucial for them. Just keep pushing that advantage that they get. At the same time, Gimme opponent might be very, very prepared for taking that offense, for putting sentries in the right spots, for backing out the right time, maybe even sacrificing a point for the sake of a hold on a further point. Like, for example, the 3rd point as a cost of the 2nd point that's lost very quickly. There's a lot of strategies going on, especially on Peel Upward. It's very, very standard map. Almost everything has been played through, and I can possibly, I think I see some tracks, being run over by the players who've been always playing the same way and just running the same tracks. It's just, those little grooves in the ground that are played out from the Highlander scene.
Definitely, like I know from experience that sort of Joe and Feila as a team, they've got their strategy, they've got their meta like nailed down to a very fine line. He knows exactly how to play each point very well, especially on attack. I wouldn't be surprised if he chooses to go attack first, and it's kind of an issue of UGC in the way that they make these playoffs in these best of 1s, because I mean, I see it as the attacking team have a slight advantage. If you can get a really, really good attack and do it in, say, like 6 minutes or so, you're gonna throw your enemy team off quite a lot. They're gonna really be worried about how they're gonna beat your time and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I personally feel that like a best of 3 would be more fair if it is a little bit more fatiguing.
looking at the other logs for today's games, actually, because it's going to be TC Frosties versus Kitties Bakenbardami, which is whales, or sideburn whales, as they're commonly known in English. They are, well, just as good players, as good teams as the ones are going to be seeing today. It's been a little bit toss-up at our casting company here at KritzKast, which game we should cover, but hopefully we will do justice just that in this game currently that we're going to be watching today. Thank you very much for joining us for now. Once again, this is Jake with me, Chando, in casting booth, and Wiethoofd behind the camera. We're slowly waiting for both teams to ready up, as we have 9 players on each team, still not ready up, still probably talking about some strategies, DMing, as the ladies currently announcing the game starting, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is the semifinals between Feila eSports and Gimme, opponent on UGC 23rd season of the Highlander League.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm running down quickly on the rosters here. We got I think we probably just about enough time. So it's going to be on Envision or Gimme opponent side. They are going to be defending first. Ombra on Scout, Bees on Soldier, Garden Fungus on Pyro, Ixo on Demo, Cute, not sure who he is. I think maybe Tuja on Heavy, Barrett on Engineer, Tertio on Medic, Stingen on Sniper, and the legendary Tommy 27 on Spy, ladies and gentlemen.
As for the blue team here, and the blue trunks, we have Feila eSports, Justice on Scout, Jackie Legs on Soldier, Snow 8 is on Pyro, Joe and UFC Legendary on Demo, Kaltu on Heavy, Yellow on Engineer, Layla aka Mezzo, I'm not sure which one it is, it's on Medic, it's Kunu on Sniper, and Domato on the Spy class. As there are 3 seconds to go, gates are down. Chanda, what is going on?
Well, interestingly, got some crit sticky traps all over the place on the right flank from the defending team. So we're going to see how that pans out. Joe instantly going down to a good pick by Stingen, and a double reflect onto Kunu, onto Strone as well by Garden Fungus. A serious good play there. And now we're going to see Red Soldier playing very aggressively. He is Mad Milk, maybe going to have to back up here. And for now, they're holding tight, waiting maybe for these suicide waves from the attacking team, which is Feila.
Oh yeah, and here Garden Fungus actually going down to Justice. That's no power for the defensive team. It's actually a very good spot to be in. Jackie Lex in the low health, but he has that direct hit, trying to spam out the sentry, taking a lot of damage that way. Kalto is on the card, is the only person trying to push it. Low health as well. Medic is still not with them. Layla is holding back at spot, trying to just chip away at that hole that is going on there, but they're not quite getting the job done with that, what they have, as Jackie Lex just goes down to Bees.
Yeah, and they managed to get the sentry in that exchange. Barrett, not being able to keep up with the damage that's been put on it. It's now down to level 1. He was backstabbed, however. The sentry did remain only on level 1 here. Now, Justice getting picked off by Tommy, and it looks like they might be getting ready for a pick. That Joe picked off by Ixo has been doing a great job of denying any aggression there on that right flank for him. And now they're just going to be holding back. They're playing this really well. Gimme opponent just putting in a very good amount of damage and not letting them pass without taking too many casualties.
Oh yeah, and Tommy tried to stab Kunu, but he managed to turn around just in time as Layla is passing him on the way, rejoining with Joe, just popping that Uber, going in very aggressively, trying to go as fast as possible, as far as possible. Ixo getting counter-popped by Tertio, so much spam being exchanged. Kalto getting dropped by Sting, a nice headshot there, going in straight here. Jackie Lex with a direct hit, trying to spam out the sentry, still level 3 being built up by the engineer. Nice sap going on, but Tomato may be able to stop it, not quite, as the engineer actually stops the sap as this Uber fades there. Jackie Lex paying with his life. Thankfully, though, Layla managed to get out with barely any health left. Only 50 HP. She got the sandwich. That's all good here, but never mind. The Sting gets a body shot.
Yeah, now Tertia can be playing with about a 50 to 60% advantage here. Playing this really well, but they are losing players. Tommy and Sting are both going down, and now the aggression's coming in from Feila. They've started to hold on this top right area. Now they're pushing the cart. They're getting boxed in, and Tertio is now in a pretty sticky position here. He's going to maybe try and hold on as best he can, and that's going to be Bees as well, doing a good amount of damage on the cart and denying it from that cliff side. And now Tertio with 100%, looks like they may be able to hold it. Tuja trying to block the cart there, and actually just gets sniped by Kunu. They may be looking to back out here, but they're being very stubborn at the moment, and they do not want to give this point up.
And they have a fair reason here to, like, I mean, look, Tercio has a full Uber advantage here, 50% over Layla. They can just kind of hold for as long as they want. Justice trying to put some pot shots onto the Pyro. Garden Fungus taking a lot of tomato going in, but with that, Spicicle, he's not gonna get a stab, and Uber Force has been came out from Tercio, trying to save his team, trying to clean up some of the enemy, but Layla is so far away, they're not gonna get her, as she is currently holding that 85% Uber charge, and the cart has been pushed through the first point.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they managed to actually sneak cap that cart there before the Ubers were even used. That was quite a good play there by the attacking scout, Justice. And now they're actually making a very good just going to be taking this top area. They've already denied the aggressive hold. The Uber comes out onto Joe, and it's going to be Garden Fungus getting quiet along with Tommy and Tercio, most importantly, and Stingen as well. Ombra, so many picks. Now it's only going to be 2 up. Barrett and Bees are going to be able to get away with their life here. Maybe not for long though, as Garden Fungus hot on their heels. And now they've already got second. That was really good aggression there, and very much punishing Envision for trying to hold on to it at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you said before. They've been very aggressive with that defense. They had the full Uber advantage, and they did pop it. It's just they didn't get anything out of it. And now, with that full Uber advantage going into this, Layla was managing to just keep Joe alive. He was just wrecking havoc, taking down the medic as well, the whole sentry hold, and now they're pushing on the third very aggressively. How far forward Layla is with Joe. They understand each other without words right now as they're going in. Kato being very aggressive, although by himself on the top here, on the bridge, still being very aggressive. That Uber is about to hit though. Tercio only on 60 HP. They could just use this advantage, and they do. They're going in, flashing snow. Very important here as Pyro's very low health getting rocketed here by Bees. Bees is going behind the medic, but he's not gonna be enough. He's gonna get cleaned out here. Umbra actually taking down Joe is an important pick, but it's not gonna be enough as the cart is currently being pushed to the third point as this amazing display by Feila of this aggression is coming out to display here, and it's doing them favors.
You said it perfectly. The aggression is really where they excel here, and this is a prime example of it. However, Layla actually getting taken down, I think, by a Pyro, and that's going to actually slow things down a little, as Tercio actually went down as well. Not 100% sure what, but both medics did go down. Fairly even advantages here, but it looks like a Stingen goes down to Kunu. Kunu's taking down Barrett. That's going to be a quick death for the sentry now. Joe's going to be able to take top. Tuja goes down to Jackie Legs. This is a brilliant position for a dry push here. The car is just getting slowly put in place. Jump in from Bees, takes down Yellow and Justice. Strone as well going down to Garden Fungus. And now maybe the tides have turned a little bit. Layla actually getting sniped by Stingen. She was not in the right position there. She was peeking a clear sightline, and God knows why. And now the bomb from Bees onto Joe, punishing him for that aggression after his medic's demise. Now the aggression from Envision is there, but the stab from Tomato taking down Tercio, and that is going to equalize things greatly. Feila may be able to win this yet, but the bomb from Bees and takes down Layla again. Oh, what is going on here?
Well, it's just a complete madness right now. It's just picks being exchanged left and right. Both medics dying left and right as well. Amazing classes there. Tuja trying to get it going and gets absolutely destroyed here by Justice. It's a nice kill there. As a Mezzo, aka Tomato, actually, I'm a little bit mixed up there. He's on the cart just touching it so it doesn't roll back. There's Garden Fungus on the cart right now, but he lacks the distance as the blue team here, Feila eSports, are going in full force into the windows here, the rafters. They do not have the Uber charge, but neither does the red team. And Jackie Legs going in, taking down Tercio. Such a good equalizer there. Very important there, as right now, with Jackie Legs falling down, but having his medic alive, they will be able to just push this cart without any Uber, and the point goes towards Feila eSports, the first point of this game in 7 minutes on point.
7 minutes is a very respectable time, really. I'm sure Feila must be feeling pretty confident about that, and the defense will be quite simple, really. I mean, they had such good luck getting all the way to last there. Had to slow down a little bit on last, but honestly, a really good time, and I think that they might have this one in the bag. Envision are going to have to really work hard here to try and beat 7 minutes.
7 minutes is a pretty respectable time when it comes to peel upward. We've seen longer and short times. Around 7 minutes is an average time, but you have to remember both teams are playing in UGC playoffs here. This is the semifinals, so neither of the team will be, very hesitant to just not go all in here, as right now you just see KritzKast, but probably just a little bit of a mix-up here, trying to fool off the spy, as the Medigums really do build very quickly. Yep, just popping in the spawn, you know, just building up those stacks on those strangers, as 10 seconds are left. Sentry, standard spot there, a little bit more far forward here. As Snow8 is just protecting it, just holding in front of it with that homewrecker. As they are actually holding still on crits. I thought they're gonna switch to a regular minigun, but they're not, and they're gonna go in straight away. I do believe Tercio is opting for this very, very aggressive strategy here. Tomato trying to go from behind, but here goes the KritzKast popping in, not quite enough. Snow8 just goes in, and Tomato just picks up the kill like that, being pushed away by the Pyro, and that KritzKast strategy coming out of Gimme opponent did not quite work out in their favor.
The ironic thing really is that Layla actually only used her Uber because Joe was falling weak. Tried so hard to kill Joe, they would have been able to crits out before they popped and potentially gotten a drop, because Layla was not in a great position herself. So actually I think the failure actually came from their own side there. In Layla forcing off was actually the best thing that she could have done, because she preemptively popped against the crits, and yeah, really well played there. But now they're going to look like they're going to be holding this pretty solidly. Jackie Legs going in for a bit of a bomb, putting out some damage on the cart there, but it's ultimately going to back away, and it's going to be Ixo that's putting out the main side of the damage on the attacking team there, playing the most aggressively. Joe gets picked off by Tommy27, and now with no demo, they might be looking to play us a little passive, and Gimme opponent will be able to actually push us up a little bit more aggressively here. They might be waiting for the opportunity now. I think they're still on crit. No, they're back Medigun, my bad. And now they've almost got it here. Layla's also got 100%. They've got to do something about this quickly, though. Only 5.5 minutes left. It's not great, and the Ubers are going to come out now onto Garden Fungus, but he's getting denied by that Sentry so very much. And he's not actually getting a great deal done, as Umbra and Tuja go down to Jackie Legs on the flank. And it's going to be just Garden Fungus just whittling down that dispenser, but that's about all he got from it. Not the best push, but it seems to have backed them out. So I suppose Feila just wanted to cut their losses there, play on the 5-minute timer, play on a far better hold, which is the second point.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Gimme opponent did lose the second point fairly easily. They kind of got overzealous on the first point, and as a result got lost the second as well. And right now, Feila really wants to just kind of keep a hold on this, and they're building that level 1 currently. Is spies on the engineer right now, yellow, but turns out just in time. The spy Tommy actually gets the sniper though, and freeing up a lot of room here. Tercio being very, very aggressive here, trying to get someone, but Tomato goes on to Tercio and gets him down. So important there. They were so aggressive, they might have actually done this, but that nice stab coming out of the spy is going to save Feila a lot of time and a lot of sweat, as right now 100% coming out of Layla, holding on top of that rock here, at top of the tunnel Joe and UFC, and that level 2 sentry, completely guarding it from anyone to coming anywhere close. But look at this, once again, Tomato getting Tercio's second time in a row, spawn capping essentially all the way back. What a nice play by the spy. I mean, completely unexpected by the medic, and buying Feila even more time. Now only 4 minutes to go for Gimme opponent to do something about this.
Absolutely devastating for Tercio and his team there. I mean, it's got to be humiliating, getting stabbed by the spy and then literally getting stabbed again on the respawn. It's a real shame. But Stronate playing very aggressive, picks off the Ixo again, so they're really slowing down any potential aggression here. Tommy's in position, tries to get the stab, gets caught out, however. Layla turning around just in time. Not going to be able to equalize anything today, and with only 3.5 minutes left, they've got to be doing something here. If they get a pick or a good bomb, something has to be done, because currently Layla is holding onto that Uber very well, and they actually just got such a strong setup there with that level 3, which actually just went down 2 Bs from the under area, but it's not really going to be enough, as Yellow's already getting ready with another one. Level 1's already back up in a far more aggressive spot this time, and Jackie Legs comes in with a 3k, takes down Umbra, Bees and Barra, and that is he's been doing so much work in under. We've been paying a lot of attention to the top area, but not under so much. And Jackie Legs been playing around this under area, so he's basically been doing all the work here. So props to him for that. And now 2 minutes 40 seconds left. This is not looking great for Gimme opponent.
Oh, it does not. And Tercio is actually bringing out that vaccine, trying to benefit from the resistance and faster Uber charges, as they're going in from the tunnel right now, being completely dominated. But Tomato just taking a nice headshot onto Umbra, and then Snow just finish on Barrett. There's a lot of casualties in the tunnel there for just putting it a few inches forward. Gardenfung is actually getting melted as well by Snow, who is just doing a lot of work on Pyro this game. Has been kind of on the back line here, but has always been helping out the team and going in the right positions here. I think it was a force coming out of Layla trying to just use this Uber gun. You know, I mean, there's no waste in that. Tercio has gone down there, so that was completely okay to use it, especially that Tercio has switched currently to KritzKast, once again trying with the aggressive strategy. Only 2 minutes left, and Holt does not even look like Feila is in a lot of danger right now. I mean, they have all the people in the right spots, they have the Uber advantage here, even against the KritzKast, and they have all the players alive with the sniper Kuno, who's been playing amazingly in this game, just completely dominating this tunnel. As I'm saying, Barrett going down to a nice body shot coming out of him once again. Here's Bees actually getting wrangled by Yellow. Once again, this engineer's just keeping that sentry alive for such a long time. It goes down, up and down, but it's still protecting the tunnel like it's never gonna go out, and it's only 1 minute and 30 seconds to go for Gimme opponent to do something about this, but I don't think with that kind of defense coming out of Feila they're gonna be able to do something about this.
Physically won't even be possible at this point. This is purely for the logs here. Tommy going in for the stab, see if he can make anything of it. He's actually gonna get it. Oh wow. Oh, a little too late, but still nice. Very well played there. I think Layla was just playing aggressively with Joe in that under area. Actually gets the pick onto Kuno as well. So really well played there. Tommy's played like so well over this past season. Really done so much for his team here. Shame it was a few minutes earlier and it could have been a game changer, but unfortunately, with 40 seconds left, the GGs are going to have to be called here, and it's not going to cut it, as I believe Feila will take the first map. It is a best of one, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Feila eSports won. We'll be moving on to words fail me. Product.
Koth product.
That's the one. Yeah, Koth product. So yeah, maybe we'll be able to see if in a Koth scenario, if Gimme opponents will be able to play a bit more with their DM, because that is definitely their strength. They got a lot of good DM players. Ixo has turned up big time as a demo man in the past few seasons and proved himself to be a high damager. As is Bees, Tommy as well can do a lot of work on Koth maps, as we've seen in Lakeside, and Umbra as well. Actually, a player that not many people may have heard of, but he's definitely up and coming. He hasn't played that many seasons, but he's absolutely demolishing at the moment in sixes, and likewise in Highlander. So they got a lot of good players, DM speaking, and I think that they may be able to have some better luck on a Koth map.
Well, I'm not quite sure about that. I mean, I'm just watching the capital score of both teams, and Joe is just dominating with 50 points over his own medic with the amount of points that he's got this game. I'm just gonna take a little look at the logs, just looking at the right screen here. As Wiethoofd, who is on camera today, as always, wonderful Lucius Wiethoofd, who's providing us with all this magic that's happening on the screen, provided us the logs. I'm looking at them right now, and as expected, Joe and UFC is on 24 kills. Second place is Jackie Lex with 17. Third place is Kunu with 15. All these players belonging to Feila eSports. It's an amazing display there. Joe and UFC also taking down the enemy sniper 5 times, which is remarkable for a demo man to actually achieve. Both medics actually played pretty well. Layla actually topping off the heals. That's 5,000 more healing than Tercio, who switched his mediguns quite a lot. Though she did drop once. That was at the very end when we saw Tommy do this amazing play, that stab in the tunnels. However, it was just a little bit too late, like you, Chando, said, and as a result, unfortunately, Gimme opponent has dropped a map. However, we're moving on to Koth product. The typical Koth map is a reskin of a Viaduct, a little bit more revamped for competitive purposes. As we're going shortly into this game, Chando, who do you think this map is going to be taken by?
Well, I know I just said that Gimme opponent might be able to take this one, but after seeing Joe's performance, I think that man is absolutely godlike today. He is imbued with some next level power. To be able to pull out a 520 DPM, 24-11, that is nuts. Really, really nuts. I mean, did he take a lot of hills? Yeah, he took a pretty normal amount, actually. And he did so much with them, though. So, like, considering the demo can be one of the most powerful players on a Koth map, as can the sniper. Kunu was doing a lot of work as well. I think this might be going in favour of Feila now. Sad to say, because I think that Envision or Gimme opponents, they're called in UGC, have a lot of potential, and they are doing a splendid job. But just looking at Joe, he is an absolute powerhouse today. So I think he's got what it takes to lead his team to victory.
Yeah, just don't rule out Gimme upon just yet. I mean, they've been putting out quite a lot of upsets this season. I mean, they only dropped the game to Art of Throwing, who are no longer in the cup. And they've dropped one game to Feila eSports. So, unfortunate for them that they have to fight them in semifinals rather than finals, but they still have a chance. They have a good team going. Sting has made sure that every single player on that team is actually comfortable and playing well. Sting himself playing as a sniper. However, Kunu has been doing so much work for Feila in tandem with Joe and UFC, who is just taking so many heals from Layla. I mean, this is where the part of me just talking about cohesion, how important it is for the combo players to just know each other in and out and do things and move into places without actually uttering a word. Now, I've usually been doing that with heavies because it's much easier for a medic to follow a heavy, but however, following a demo man who's always just hyper aggressive, going forward without even pressing the S button, is very difficult for a medic, and this is where this cohesion, this amazing teamwork, which has been worked out through seasons and seasons of game and pubs and everything else, all the mixes and lobbies, is coming out to play. I mean, Layla and Joe, just a powerhouse of Feila eSports, and they've been just showing that the entire season through.
Oh, I've been showing for many seasons. I mean, I don't think he's played with any other medic, and I don't think Layla's played with any other demo in both Sixes and Highlander. You gotta give them credit. I mean, they have such good synergy together. I mean, I guess that's why they literally live together in real life. So, they're a very strong couple, both IRL and in game, clearly. And yeah, I think that's where a lot of the team gets its strategy and gets its success from their cohesion. And Joe's ability to main call is really good as well. He can be very aggressive in terms of his strategies, and he calls very well. He's a very good damage caller, and if he can get his team to just follow up damage he deals, which is pretty heavy stuff, they're gonna be unstoppable. That mixed with his cohesion with Layla, they're a really good potential from this team. And I think that in terms of ETF2L as well, I know this is UGC, but I think in ETF2L as well, they are playing. I think they could be one of the contending spots for top 3. So if not, potentially we might be seeing them in the finals as well. So I'll be excited to see how they perform in both UGC and ETF2L.
Both teams definitely deserve their spot right now. Both teams deserve to be on a podium. Unfortunately, out of the 4 teams that we have left in this tournament, only 3 can actually reach it, and only 1 can be the winner. So we are just currently watching who is going to come out on top. Once again, I'm going to remind you that we are watching 23rd season of UGC TF2 it's Highlander League. Excuse me, got a little bit far forward there. Between Gimme opponent and Feila eSports. I'm sorry, Wiethoofd. I mean, it's kind of slipped out. Anyway, we're watching this game. Jake, Chando, Wiethoofd on camera. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this on KOF Products' second map. Feila leading with 1 point as they're slowly filling out the server, still waiting on 1 player, as 8 players for the red team, who is going to be once again Gimme opponent. Blue team is going to be Feila eSports, as we're going to slowly get ready.
Yeah, Neastang, I'm just a look at the server. Neastang has stepped in. I'm not sure what he's going to be playing, but he's going to be replacing Tertio, I do believe, playing Medic. And will Tertio be playing Demo, or will it be IXO? Okay, so it'll be Neastang on Medic and possibly Tertio, that's what I'm hearing from productions, on Demo Man. So a bit of a change up, could work just fine. What do you think? I mean, I haven't really seen Tertio play Demo for a long time. I don't know if he has got more potential than IXO. IXO is very up and coming and very much a big damage dealer at the moment. So not sure if it's the right decision or if it was just, or if he literally couldn't play. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I think like what Wiethoofd was gonna say is that Tim Tum is gonna replace Tercio instead. Like Tercio's not going to be playing anymore this game, at least with Nidstang replacing him on the medic. I do believe we saw Nidstang play medic before in the UGC, and he's been doing pretty well. So hopefully he'll be able to aid his team. I'm not sure what's going on between the teams. Maybe there's a technical change up. Maybe that's actually a strategy going on. We'll see what's going on. As for now, we're still getting ready for the teams to fill up. A little bit of a mid-game banter going on here. Midpoint banter, as both teams are just kind of DMing all around. Thanks to the plugins that we have. As very useful. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying this cast so far, as we're going to be casting even a bit more in the future. I'm just going to use this time to plug in a few things. Definitely check out the KritzKast Patreon, where you can actually help us out do stuff. You know, like increase production value, you know, give Wiethoofd the attention he deserves. Also improve and promote all the graphics that are going on KritzKast. Just in general, promote the creative community behind Team Fortress 2, as well as the casting community, which is Chando, myself, and a bunch of more people, fantastic people all around. So definitely check us out. Check us out on Patreon, and as well as do remember that we're still holding out a casting call for more casters, as we are lacking in manpower. We need a little bit more help here to cover as many games as we possibly can. You can fill out a roster of wonderful people. You can be a caster, you can be on production, you can even schedule some games. Any help is wanted and needed. All you have to do is go on kritzkast.com/casting call to sign up for this. And as a result, you'll be able to join us in this amazing journey to promote Team Fortress 2 Highlander to the masses. There you go.
Yeah, you really don't need much experience. I mean, there's little experience really needed as well. I mean, I don't think anyone needs to feel too shy about reaching out and wanting to get into it. If it's something that interests you, go for it, because I had no experience. Probably still don't, but it's a lot of fun, and once I mean, I didn't even have a good mic for the first few months. I mean, it was atrocious. So if you really feel if you really feel like it'd be your sort of thing, please don't hesitate to get in touch. We'd love to see more people get involved in the casting scene. Give me and Jake some well-deserved time off.
I'm more of it like looking forward to just seeing new talent. We've been kind of stale here. The same teams going on over and over, even aggro stepping in a few times. So definitely we need a little bit more new, fresh blood, as we're getting heads up from Wiethoofd that they are getting ready in the future. 90 seconds, I do believe, a little bit less than that, as both teams are slowly filling up. Yep, we have a full team for each of the sides. 9 people on the red, 9 people on the blue. Once again, red team is going to be Gimme opponent. On the blue side, it is going to be Feila eSports with Joe and UFC on the Vanguard. Once again, going to be looking at those demos. Such an important class, especially on the Koth map. And well, it's going to be a sight to see, as a Koth product here is the last chance for Gimme opponent to stay and fight for the final spots and possibly the first place medal.
Yeah, I mean, so am I right in saying that if they lose this, they have no chance at going back to the grand finals? Or playing for they can. So they should have another chance at this. They will fall down to a lower bracket, which will be played on Thursday. So it's not completely game over, but I'm sure they're going to want to try and reclaim this and get a head start in making their way to the grand finals. As we do go live now, I'm going to be watching these demo men roll out, seeing if we can get there a little quicker. Joe has got his rollouts finesse, but I don't know if he's going to make it just as quickly. It is actually going to be more or less neck and neck. Fast bomb from both soldiers. Jackie Lowe's going over the bomb, gets denied by Garden Fungus, and the other soldier, no idea where he got behind, got picked off by Stronate, and now they are just playing both points. Spy comes in, gets the stab on Stronate, gets the stab onto Kunu, sorry, but that was not before Kunu could get the pick onto Ixo, so it might still fall in favour of Feila as they just cruise across the point, and it's, yeah, more or less in the bag for them. They've got the first point, now they just got to hold it down.
Once again, look how aggressive Kalto and Joe are. They're just going in on the enemy cliff, even the entire team holding out there. Both teams actually reaching 100% uber charge. A little bit slower there. Tercio is actually healing for his team once again, as both teams right now just kind of slowly falling back. Middle point is kind of uncontested at the moment. Tercio going far forward. He is in a bit spot. They will have to use his uber early as they do it. So going in, trying to put some stakes on the enemy team. Feila is not going to wait around, popping the uber back. Joe and UFC just trying to spam as much as possible. The enemy medic Barrett's taking quite a lot of damage, but that's the only thing that happened. Actually, B's going in, taking out Yellow and taking down a few more people here. Justice actually going down to Umbra as well. Nice going on there on the flank, and what a headshot there by Kunu onto Stingen, actually freeing up a lot of room there. And even though the point has been conceded by Feila, they are still far forward and are still looking to reclaim it back.
Yeah, that being said, Stronate did a massive play there, taking out Ixo and Umbra. Barrett as well going down, Tommy as well, and it looks like that capture is going to be short-lived for Gimme opponents. They walk straight back in there, and Jackie Leg is actually doing quite a lot of work from behind, did a really fast and very beautiful looking bomb onto their cliff and really played a core distraction role, allowing his team to get across the point and swiftly cap it. Now, Joe playing aggressive, takes down Tuja. Mezzo gets the pick onto Tommy as well. They have to worry about that pesky spy for a few seconds. Now it's going to be Gimme opponent trying to regroup as best they can. Jackie Legs in aggressively. Doesn't actually, almost gets the drop, but he actually gets the force instead, and the bomb's going to come in from Ixo, doing the best he can. Doesn't manage to get anything. Actually gets reflected by Stronate and Joe. Now, I think they had to use their Uber. Yes, they did. They had to pop off their Uber to that, but it's going to keep it equal. Both teams had to use, and now they're going to be playing pretty aggressively. Joe playing on their cliff almost by himself, now getting backed up by Kakautu, and Garden Fungus going down to Konu, so it's looking very strong potentially for Feila eSports. Another bomb from Jackie Legs, not going to do that much this time, and
but they did get Tercio.
No, never mind, got Tercio. What am I saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was an amazing bomb. Just Tercio did not expect that to happen. He was holding at the cliff, and you don't really have that much vision, and you can't really dodge any rockets that are coming straight at your face from point-blank range. As a result, Tercio going down, you're losing a little bit more time there on the Uber exchange, as Layla is getting near 90% here. Gonna have it very soon, as Kalto is also holding very close to the cliff. They have not opted out to be as far forward as before. They did not opt out to even poke onto this cliff area. They're Stingen actually getting stabbed again, like, freeing up a lot of room for Kuno. He can just kind of stay behind the point. Nice headshot, as I'm saying that, on Ixo, slowing down this offense even more. No demo man for the offensive team, as they need to do something about this situation. They're losing a lot of time. They're trying to build the Uber with the scout here. Right now, Umbra is just building. They're all behind his house, only 50 seconds to go. Both medics almost at 100% here. Tercio about to get his. Tommy is the only person who is dead. They might actually have a chance at this. They're going in right now. Justice finishing off Bees. That's no flanker going on. Uber has been popped. So much damage going, so much carnage. Jackie Legs just going in with Joint UFC. There's a lot of people dead. Only 4 up for the red team. They cannot do anything here. Gimme opponent, as the first point off this map goes towards Feila.
Yeah, real proud of Jackie Legs in particular. Every single that crits play there, he just bombed straight over and quickly took out Tercio before the crits could do any damage at all. So really well played there, and he's been doing a lot of good bombs and just doing a lot for his team on the flank there, pounding some major damage there. The bomb from Bees comes behind. Is he going to be able to get anything? Going to get caught out by Yellow Sentry there. Tuja getting picked off along with Ixo. That's no combo for Gimme opponent, and this is going to fall in favor of Feila eSports once again. However, Stinger managing to get the body shot onto Joe, playing a little bit too aggressive away from his team there, and the spy Tommy almost being able to take down Layla there, but she turns around time, and now they're considering recontesting. Gimme opponent starting to walk back in. Bees on the flank, almost gets picked off by Tomato. Manages to catch him out there. Now they're just walking on point. Ixo taking the front of this aggression here, and it's going to be Stronate putting in a little bit of work, but it's not going to be enough. He's not going to be able to hold it off by himself here, and it's going to fall in favor of Feila, but the Uber's going to come out onto Joe, countered by Ixo and Tercio. Ixo playing very deep, very aggressively. Actually doesn't get much, and Tuja, however, managing to pick off Mezzo and Yellow, and looking like it's falling in favor of Gimme opponent still. They're still holding on to the point here. Garden Fungus playing very aggressive, falling very weak. He's going to have to fall back. Finally gets picked off by Stronate. And now maybe a repush is possible for Feila eSports. They've got to be able to take care of Umbra. They do. However, it's going to be Layla that gets picked body shot by Stinghan. And it's still in favor of Gimme opponent here. They've held that really well.
Yeah, they're doing an amazing job here, but as I'm saying that, Tomato just getting a stab on the medic. The spy has been spotted, but the medic did not turn just in time to avoid the stab as he goes down. Layla's gonna have this advantage here on the medigun. Joe and UFC going in dry without the Uber push as B's trying to take down Kuno. Nice 2 rockets, but it's not enough. You know, almost dying to full damage and barely any health left, but he is being healed by Layla right now, bring up to speed. 1 minute and 46 seconds is all Gimme opponent managed to get it down to. Now the clock is ticking for Feila eSports as Joe and UFC is currently holding all by himself on the cliff, joined by Kaltur just now. They have the heals going, they have the advantage, they have everything that they need to hold this point for at least 1 more minute, as right now Tuja and Ixo are moving in, trying to take down Jackie. Jackie's taking quite a lot of damage, but he's just backing out. He's free and ready to roam. Tercio taking a little bit of spam, but he's still okay. 50% Uber charge for him. They will probably have to wait for the Uber charge to load. Ixo is just spamming the point, but not taking any damage, not taking any risks. Tuja as well. He's just kind of holding all the way back, protecting the combo from any pesky spies or soldiers that might come and annoy them as Tomato is going in the house. He might be actually slip past. He goes through, and look at this. Justice in, going in on Tommy. Tommy going down, and right now Tomato is getting killed by Tuja. Unfortunately, that was not well executed by the spy, but here Kuno is still headshotting Tuja as they're popping the Uber charge. The blue team going in. The red team has not popped just yet. They're going in right now. Joe and UFC trying to catch up the medic. Tercio going down just as about to hit 100%. That was such an important pick there. Losing the medic, but Layla is actually still alive. She backed out just in time, letting Jackie Legs and Joe do their work. Jackie Legs is still alive. Joe as well, and that worked out well for Feila eSports.
Very well indeed. They're playing this perfectly at the moment. They're not overcommitting. They've realized that they don't need to risk losing any players that might jeopardize this hold. So no one's playing overly aggressive, which I think is a good plan here. They're all just playing back, not risking anything. As I say that, Jackie Legs goes in for the bomb of all bombs. Was he going to get anything? He gets the dispenser, but that is nothing. And he's picked off by Umbra. And Joe following up, however. Now they're starting to play a little bit more aggressive here. Justice getting picked up as well. The flank is now open. If Gimme opponent can wangle their way in, might be able to get something here. But Joe playing so aggressive. What is he doing? He's in so deep, but he's actually managed to back out. No one was focusing him at all. Just taking a few shots from the scout, but that wasn't enough. And they're still holding on to this. They've now got the 100% Uber. And now Gimme opponent needs to get their acting gear. Jackie Legs goes in with the bomb, and the Uber comes out. Jackie Legs doing a lot of work on distracting there. And Joe actually getting picked off. So they may be looking, if Tercio can get this Uber, he's now on 90%. May be able to actually push this in quite confidently. No Jackie Legs, no Joe, no major damage dealers for Feila. They've got to be doing something there. They've only got 10 seconds left, and it's Tuja taking the front here. Ixo getting picked off. That is a huge pick by Kuno, and the Uber comes in. Going to go onto two, onto the scout. Actually managed to pick up Kakao. That was Stinghan. Sting also taking down Yellow. Tommy getting the pick onto Layla as well, and he's taking down Kuno. They're going to be able to recapture this. They're in the overtime. They've got 1 minute 30. The bomb from Jackie Legs, though, takes down Tertia, equalises the score here. And now, with only 2 up, but Layla's going to have a small advantage, and that might just be enough to win this round back.
Yeah, it was such a good exchange there for Gimme opponent. However, they're losing players right now. Kuno just taking down Stinghan once again. There's only Umbra, Ixo, and Bees on the point. They're currently holding. Remember, if you're holding the point, your respawns are a lot slower, which means Layla actually managed to get 25% Uber advantage there. Tercio is being aggressive as much as he can because he knows if they lose the point, they will lose the general point here as the first point. Currently, actually, Tercio is running the Vaccinator. Look at this. The point is currently being capped by the Scout. Layla actually going very aggressively, trying to bait out something. So low she is right now. She's still alive. She's currently getting some heals. There's a level 2 going by Yellow. Such an important pick. Oh my god, they just lost Garden Fungus here. Tercio still running that Vaccinator. Point is still slowly being capped. There's so much aggression coming out of Feila eSports, but they can definitely afford this. They have very short respawn times as the second point of Koth product goes to the way of Feila eSports.
Yellow, I want to really give a shout out to that sentry. That was an absolute game changer. The level 3 wasn't targeted at all for some reason, but he was able to pick up a 3k there and really change the score, and he kept it kept the Vaccinator pretty much not working because they constantly had to have it on bullet damage, and Joe was able to do major damage, but yeah, Layla is going to be instantly picked off by Stingin before going down himself, and Justice and Jackie Legs also falling back to the respawn queue, and now Envision have a good potential to start clawing back some rounds here. They're getting the aggression in, Ixo taking down Kunu, and now, yeah, they're going to be pushing in and going to be able to swiftly get that brilliant pick there by Sting, and Joe just going in for a suicide bomb there, seeing if he can make anything of it, which he did, and he is going to back as well. Now, Gimme opponent in a very good position to hold this down and maybe start winning some time back and start getting back into this game.
And here currently, such an amazing headshot there. I mean, a body shot, not really a headshot, but still granting Tercia a full Uber advantage over Layla and actually holding this spawn. It's that glimmer of hope there for Gimme opponents. They need to fight. It's actually getting picked up by Joe and UFC, but the Uber has come out onto point here. Tercia doesn't have really anyone to follow up on. Umbra is actually the only person who can. Going in with a couple of lead shots, but it's not enough to take down Layla. Layla is on 60%. They will try to go in dry here. They're taking down Joe and UFC, though. Umbra and a nice here meat shot here on him. However, they're equalizing with Tuja going down and Stingin as well. A nice combo from a headshot and a stab from the flanks here, as well as Kuno getting stabbed. So many kills being exchanged, but looks like blue team here is going to capitalize on this right now. They are capping the point and they are holding it currently with the Uber advantage of 40%. Still, Tercio holding on that Uber gun with regular Uber charge. It's a good pick. I mean, they could probably try for a KritzKast here. They are lacking in time here. Tercio is once again being so aggressive, but he's not really watching out. Joe and UFC going for the Uber charge, trying to chase up the medic. Ixo paying with his life here, being protected by Garden Fungus. I think he's going to be able to dodge away here. Spy trying to take a shot at him. Domato with only that L'Etranger is not going to do enough damage, but look at this. Garden Fungus is falling down actually. The medic is still alive, being chased all the way back to spawn by this aggression coming out of Feila eSports. It's something that we've barely ever seen on this map as much.
Yeah, I mean, Tercio getting out by the skin of his teeth there. Pretty much every single one of his team had to body block Joe and Jackie Legs, and now the Uber is going to come out. It has paid off as they are getting ready to push in there, but Ixo is taken down along with Tuja, and if they do cap this, it might not be for long because Kakao2's already hot on his heels. He wants to get back in. He's ready to push in. Along with Jackie Legs, they're pushing up now this right side area. Jackie Legs goes in for a small bomb there, putting out good damage, and he's going to be able to back them straight out. That Uber was really ineffective as basically the core components of the combo all going down. Jackie Legs with the insane bomb to get picked off Umbra. I think he's just showing off now at this point, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, Umbra is just doing so much work on this map. He's taking on Kaltu there as well. And it's such an important pick. Taking down the heavy from the midpoint is going to be crucial for the offense, but Kunus just equalizing and taking down Umbra. Even a small head scout is not going to be able to do anything as the Uber's coming out on Joe and UFC, following up on Layla. Layla's falling down back right now, trying to take down the medic. Medic's going so low. Tercio is actually being able to get away with his life here, being protected by the entire red team as he's slowly regaining some health and regaining the control of the point. With 1 minute to go for the blue team, Kato is forced to run away alongside Layla. They don't have the Uber charge. The whole advantage has been gone, and by trying to take down Tercio, when he is alive and ready to go with that 100% charge, it's going to be very crucial the next team fight here. As watch this Spy right now. Tomato is in a very good spot. He's decloaking. He's looking for a medic. There's a nice bomb by Joe and UFC, forcing out the medic. Ixo's trying to follow up, taking down Layla. A few sticks. Nice pipe there onto Layla as well. Actually equalizing this and making this exchange worth it, as Tercio's still alive and kicking behind the rock.
That hasn't stopped them though, however, Jake. They are just beelining for the point here. Kautu getting sniped off by Stinger, but doesn't care. He's in and he's going to get picked off by Tommy, however, and Mezzo's going to get picked off. Stinger's going to get picked off by Mezzo, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold this for now. However, Tercio getting sniped by Kunu in an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. And now Layla's going to be able to hold on with about 20% advantage, maybe a little bit more. And looks like now with 20 seconds left, 60 seconds, it's very important now that they start getting in. Layla is wasting no time. She's already in deep. Joe actually getting picked off, but Justice returning the favour. Tuja, Barrett, loads of players going down. Ixo too. Jackie Legs are now on 3k, and they're going to be able to recapture this. 50 seconds left for Faileries. Now they have to hold this down. Layla's going to be holding on to a wicked 60% advantage with her Uber. Now they've just got to play the passive game here, not commit, not overcommit, not to feed, and they can take this third round and ultimately the game.
And here Tersio actually has to do something aggressive here. Sting, and look how far forward he is. So many sticks on the cliff area. They don't want enemies to push through here. Nice headshot onto Garden Fungus. Actually, a thing out. The herd is coming on the point. Point is actually slowly getting capped, but it's not quite. Join UFC trying to finish off Ixo. Ixo's in a lot of trouble. Gonna kill himself off here with Join UFC's help here. Unfortunately, Tersio is still not ready to get his Uber out. 10 seconds to go. They need to do something. They need to go and dry with that Uber. With the heavy here. Tuja actually going in. Stab coming out of Domato actually going in, trying to get a stab on Tersio. Tersio so low, but they're getting pushed out of the point. So close. Tersio only on 84%, but it's not enough. It's getting cleaned out by Domato and Kaltu in tandem as they're currently holding the point. Feila eSports Bees is trying to still hold it, stall it as much as possible, and Tomi actually getting crossbowed here by Layla. And ladies and gentlemen, this is 3-0 on Koth Product. What a game.
Yeah, I mean, there were some really good plays by both teams there, even though it was, I mean, you could call it a roll, a 3-0, but I'm not. I'm going to say that actually the games were really back and forth, and especially in the last two rounds, Gimme opponent, held on, like, cut down quite a lot of time, and played some very interesting and very well thought out strategies in terms of their aggression and in terms of how they were going to take these Ubers, and some very good bombs from the likes of Ixo, Bees, as well as Jackie Legs. So really well played. We are going to move into the logs now. So we'll take a quick look. They should be up on your screen any minute now.
Waiting for the logs to pop up, but I believe we can talk about them a little bit more before they show.
There they are.
As Joan UFC is, as expected, leading with 24 kills. Second place is actually tied by 4 people. Umbro, Jackie Lex, Snow, and Kunu all taking that spot. Third belongs to Justice the Scout for the blue team, which has been Feila eSports. What a game coming out of them, showing what they can do, winning the second time against a Gimme opponent here on Koth Product. Last time they've won on Borneo. This time is on a Koth map here. As Joan UFC once again, like I said, showing what a demo man, what a good solid demo with a lot of seasons under his belt can do with a good and well-oiled team against even like a very good team. I mean, Guinea opponent definitely had a chance, but you said in the beginning that Feila eSports probably will take this, and this is exactly what happened. You predicted this to happen, and I think we're all not really surprised that this has been the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament to their synergy and Joe as a leader and as a demo man. I mean, he got the exact same KD as he did in the Upward game, which was insane. So really following through onto products as well, proved himself to be one of the top demo man in the European scene at the moment for sure. Jackie Legs as well with some sick damage. I mean, one interesting little log that we almost glossed over was actually Ixo. I mean, the poor guy went 7-19, but look at the damage. I mean, 445 he came second top damage in the game, which just makes me think, like, is there that, are people follow up on his damage as best as they could be, or is he calling his damage the best that he could be? It's certainly there, but unfortunately it just wasn't followed up on, and I think that is a big reason why Gimme opponent couldn't hold down more rounds on product.
As we're wrapping up this game, Feila eSports winning over Gimme opponent 2-0, moving in to the finals. Gimme opponent getting knocked down to the lower bracket. It has been KritzKast casting the 23rd season of UGC Highlander League, as there will be more games coming up soon, actually very, very soon here. Possibly on Wednesday is going to be another UGC game. Thursday is going to be an TF2 HUD game, all casted here on, well, the other way around. It says, Wiethoofd is telling me in my ear that, well, Thursday's going to be UGC, Wednesday's going to be TF2 HUD, so definitely stay tuned. There's been more Highlander action going on, being produced here on KritzKast. My name has been Jake. Today with me is none other than Chando, once again with Wiethoofd, amazing on the camera here and production as a whole. Thank you very much for watching. Before we tune out, please do once again quick plug-in for a Patreon. KritzKast is after the slash, you put it in the URL patreon.com/KritzKast, and a casting call as well. If you want to join us on the casting team, it is KritzKast.com/casting call. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.